Mm. First, I would like to thank God. Second, I would like to thank the inventor of the air conditioner. Third, I would like the person that had the bright idea to put an air conditioner in a car. That person is who I specifically, right now, at 122 in Montgomery, Alabama, specifically want to give a shout out to. Because it is so ungodly hot outside today. I am pretty sure if I would have spent 10 more minutes outside, I would have been dealing with some type of heat exhaustion, heat stroke, or something crazy like that. Um, and why is this 91 hotter than any other 91 degrees in Montgomery, Alabama? Specifically, the whole reason why I titled this live stream, Who Sets the Policy at Walmart, is so we did some traveling over the last couple of days. When I say a couple normally means two, so probably um, few weeks. No, few days. Last few days. So we did a 10 day trip out to Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, to find our next domicile. And one of the things I noticed, because it's just something that I do, uh, my first choice is normally going to be a gas station. And one of those big gas stations like Love or um, I don't know. They don't have enough Bucky's. And plus, Bucky's tends to get more of your money. But if it's a large gas station and it has like one of those stores, that's my first choice. If they don't have that, Walmart is the next best thing. And so I'm on the road and somebody had to go to the bathroom. I also needed to get some cold medicine because people were getting sick. And so I go into a Walmart and I don't even know where that was. I think it might have been Tennessee, Arkansas, one of them states, one of them southern states, not Alabama. And I go to to the Walmart. First of all, there's hardly anybody there at the Walmart, which is not a common thing at Montgomery Walmarts. If the Walmart is open, it's usually going to be pretty crowded. And so I was like, oh, okay, cool. I'm catching it. I guess I'm catching it right before closing. Maybe that's why it's not crowded. And so I walk around and I'm noticing, like, man, this Walmart is clean. And one of the associates, she kind of saw me, she greeted me. And then when I got to around the aisle where I was trying to be, she's like, what you looking for, sir? So all of these things are like foreign in Montgomery Walmarts. First of all, you're gonna see like a stalker is not it is not their job in Montgomery to tell you where anything is. A stalker's job is to stalk, and they don't do anything besides stalking. And so I was kind of thrown off. I was like, wait, why is this stalker, this person is stalking shelves, asking me if I need help? I guess I had that confused look on my face, so that when I stopped, she just knew he don't know where he going. And she reached out and she asked me, and then she guided me to where I needed to be. And so I was like, this is a totally foreign concept. But back up even before that, um, no, that was that. So that was one instance. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, cool. So the stalkers outside of Alabama, Montgomery, Alabama, they do stocking and they do customer service. Cool, that's nice. Then I went to another Walmart at another place, and I noticed. Wait, let me finish. Let me back up. That first Walmart, I walked in there and I was looking for the bathroom because normally the bathroom is like in a certain location in Walmart. It's usually by customer service, and um, so I walked in the direction where I thought it would be, and I ended up having to do a lap around the Walmart because I wasn't paying attention. Customer service was immediately to my right when I walked in the store, which is another makes perfect sense. Like as soon as you go to the door, customer service. That just makes sense to me. Um, but even the architecture of these WalMarts is not the same outside of Alabama, because I've been to a lot of Alabama WalMarts outside of um, Montgomery, and their architecture is still the same. The way it's like in the middle, like in between the grocery and the home and pharmacy doors. That's what customer service usually is. But I was like, oh, to the right of grocery was customer service. So that threw me off. I ended up taking a whole lap around the store, and I was just noticing while I was walking through the store, I was like, man, this is really clean. Like the floor is actually shiny. Um, it's almost like somebody like waxed the floor. It wasn't slippery or anything, but it was like just it looked new almost. And and that just kind of tripped me out a little bit. And then I went to another Walmart and I had to get a shopping cart because I had to pick up a few items. And so normally in Montgomery, Alabama Walmarts, you got to look at the shopping cart. Like you got to pull on like several shopping carts to find out which one is a good shopping cart, because one of them is they all have four wheels. But because the transient population a lot of times uses Walmart shopping carts, sometimes you'll have like things in like bags and stuff in shopping carts. So there's that. You got to just make sure that your shopping cart is empty. Nothing's been left in it. You have to make sure that the wheels all go in the same direction. You have to make sure there's not one wheel that's like not actually touching the ground, and so not actually engaging until it's under tension. There's a bunch of things that you have to look for. And so when I got this shopping cart, I'm looking and doing my examination. I was like, oh snap, this thing got four good wheels. It's like you will not find one shopping cart at this Walmart, I guarantee it, that has all four functioning wheels. And so it got me to thinking, like, is that something that this Walmart does? Like, is there a place where you can buy shopping carts and that's the way that you buy them because they've been damaged, and like, okay, so we'll spend less on the shopping carts and because they're damaged? Is that it? Or is it just that these shopping carts are not getting replaced and they've just been damaged and there's no plan to replace damaged shopping carts? Or is it, hey, we understand and we know that the transient population is going to use these shopping carts, so let's damage these shopping carts preemptively to maybe discourage them from using the shopping carts, which doesn't work because I still see plenty of people with shopping carts. If you need a thing to carry your goods around, you're going to take what you can get. Um, but I was just blown aback because blown away, taken aback. I like blown aback though. Blown aback. I was just blown aback because uh the shopping cart was perfect. It had all functioning wheels. I only had to pull one shopping cart, and it was just a shopping cart that was in the that was in the parking lot. Just kind of like somebody didn't return their shopping cart or buggy to the buggy station, and I just picked it up and it worked. So then I got here today at this Walmart. I'm not on the road anymore. I'm back in Montgomery, and Surprisingly, there were no shopping carts like just laying around the parking lot, which is um the normal status quo. And I was like, oh, okay, all right, look at Walmart stepping their game up. Cool. Um, but it was an inconvenience because today is like water day. And so I come to do my refills. Normally, when it's not summertime, I will take my water jugs and I'll go to an artesian well in the um, Prattville, Alabama area. Prattville, depending on who you talk to, Prattville or Prattville. And um, I'll just take it to the artesian well and fill up there. But because it's so humid, like the containers can get like condensation and it can do mold, and so I don't really mess with it too much. Um, so I came to get my water, and I was looking for a shopping cart because I had 6 waters and I needed to put all of them in there and just drive them up. And so I finally found the shopping cart, and when I didn't have like any actual water, just the containers, the jugs in there, it was fine. I was like, cool. I actually gotta. Okay, the wheel is the 2 front wheels are damaged. I mean, as expected, but it's going relatively straight. Man, I put that thing, uh, new waters in there. So 5 gallons of water, it has to weigh 5 gallons of water. It's probably 40, between 40 and 60 pounds. Um, Something like that. I'm probably overestimating. I don't know. Maybe I need to put it on the scale. But I had 6 jugs. And so I put all 6 of them jugs in there. And I was like, oh man, I gotta go pick up some milk. One part said, man, just take this water back to the car and then go get the milk. And you carry the milk in your hands. The second part was like, nah, that's extra work. Let's just go take this shopping cart that has 6 waters in it and let's go get these milks. Um, that was a big mistake, first of all. I'm learning all throughout my life. I'm learning. Your first mind, a lot of times your first mind, like that intuition, it can be wrong. But like for those decisions that don't necessarily have a big impact, just go with your first mind. And I didn't do that. And so I started pushing the water around, and I went to go turn, and like I had to use my whole body. Like I'm engaged in obliques. I'm like, whoa, what's happening right now? I'm using shoulders and traps and all of that stuff to turn the shopping cart. And like the shopping cart, it was relatively decent going in a straight line. I did notice it was pulling to the left a little bit, so I had to kind of like cock it to the right and lean into it to go hold a straight line. And at first it wasn't that big of a deal, but then after a while, like all of these just started burning. Lats and obliques, everything was engaged. I got to tighten the core up. I'm like tightening up. I'm like, ooh, it's a little workout. The milk is all the way in the back, all the way in the back. So home and pharmacy is where they got the water. Now, home and pharmacy is not water. Water is grocery, but they don't put grocery in water. So who's making these decisions? Is it Walmart corporate, or is it just the people here at this particular Walmart? Is it a state thing, or is it just a city thing, or what? How what's the structure like? Because I'm an operations manager by trade, and all of these things just interest me. Like, because not every Walmart is the same. Um, I'm not talking about Target right now. I could get in on Target, but I won't digress that far. But I'm just like, who is setting the policy for all of this stuff? And so anyway, I get the milk, and by now I'm tired because like my sides, my lats, my back, my obliques, all of that stuff is like tired from having to basically push and turn this shopping cart. So I'm a little worn out, and um, I finally get the milk. And I got like I'm in now the Walmart is air conditioning, but I got a little glaze of sweat on my forehead. Then I get out in this heat finally, and Now the shopping cart is even pushing different on the asphalt. And I literally got PT today. I got PT in 5 to 10 minutes. I worked out. I pushed about, let's see, okay, if it's 40 pounds, I pushed almost 250 pounds around the store and around the parking lot. I never park close to the door. One, because I got a big SUV and I don't want to hit people and I don't want people to hit me. And then two, I just be trying to get steps in. And so I finally got back in the car and I was like, I'm tired now. It ain't number one, but I'm done for the day. Now, remember, I said I had to pick up some cold medicine. So I was able to avoid getting the cold for the entirety of the trip. Like first, it started with my daughter, and she's up sneezing and daddy, my throat hurt, crying and whining. And she was the first one, and then my son got sick, and he wakes up and he's like, "Daddy, I can't open my eye." His eye is crusted shut with mucus. It's pretty nasty. And then my 5-year-old gets sick. And then, like, towards the time when we were about to finally leave, 2 days before we was gonna leave, wife is like, "Oh no, babe, I think I'm getting what they got." And then the baby got it. And then it was just me and the 7-year-old that were not sick. And bless his heart, on the way back, I think we were in we might have yeah, we was just in Alabama. We just hit Alabama. So Oklahoma, the way we went was Oklahoma, Arkansas, Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama. I done drove all the way from Oklahoma to Alabama. The 7-year-old. Now, in the morning we had some sausage McMuffins, and they were all tired, and so it was a decent road trip for a while, and sleeping, and so I just was hitting it, and we get to Alabama. And all of a sudden, my daughter's like, "Oh no! Oh no!" She's like, "Mommy, Daddy!" I'm like, "Uh oh, what's happening?" The 7-year-old finally got sick, y'all. The 7-year-old is vomiting in the car. Now, this boy has only vomited. Now that I think about it, it's kind of like Water Boy. This boy only vomited one time, really, like bleh, like that, like bleh. Some of our kids was like hellraisers, like projectile vomit, but he was only like one time vomiting, and he's upset and he doesn't know what's happening, and then so we cleaned that out, and I noticed while I was driving, my throat feeling a little funny. My throat is feeling a little sore when I swallow sometimes. Not really, but it feels like a little raw. And I say I finally got it. So quick plug. Where's that? Quick plug. Commercial break. This right here, Zycam. You can't see it. It's probably backwards. Maybe you can't see it. But it is medicated fruit drops. What I will say is don't keep these in the reach of babies. These new babies are different than we were when we was kids. It used to be if you had to push it down and turn it, a kid couldn't do that. They do that now. My little baby, he because we do melatonin a lot. We do. We do it more than what you should. Yes, but it's okay. Um, he done figured out if I press this thing and just spin it, it's gonna open up. So the 1-year-old, he can open these. They 1 year, and he's not unique in that. They're not making them as good as they used to. That's probably part of it. And number two, these kids are smarter and they get abilities quicker than we used to. Um, but yeah, so he threw all up in the car. I ended up getting sick. Um, but yeah, how does that play into right now Walmart policy? It doesn't really. But I'm like sick. What I preemptively did, I took some of these. Um, I took some this morning. I took some severe cold and flu. I don't have severe cold and flu. I was congested while I was asleep, but I was still able to breathe out of one side. My throat was a little sore, but not really sore. I was like, we just gonna knock out all symptoms. We're not playing this. And so I took it, and I felt like trash out here today. I felt like trash. It's too hot outside, 91 degrees, 240 pounds, at most 360 pounds. 40 times 6 or 60 times 6. Um, so I don't think it's 360. It can't be that heavy. Maybe it's like 20 pounds. I don't know. But it was heavy. And then the parking lot is on a slight incline to help with water drainage, and so I'm almost pushing up a small incline. Um, Whatever. PT accomplished for today. But it just got me to thinking, like, Walmart, Montgomery Walmart specifically, and if we being extra specific, and street store number 945, whatever. It's not 945. It's nine. It might be 1048 or something. One of them store numbers. But Ann Street Walmart, do better. There is no reason that there is not one single shopping cart that has full functioning wheels. That's crazy. Now, Montgomery, Alabama is a place that is majority black. It's 60% black. When I look out over the parking lot, like right now, I take a quick inventory. I see majority black, brown, and sprinkles of white. As it gets later in the day, you see less and less white people. I noticed that. That's it's just what it is. Um, what I've noticed anyway. But I hope it's not that type of thing where um because of the clientele that you have, you give them or you decide how good or bad the product is. Because that's what it felt like. Like, because these places that I was stopping were in majority white locations. Is Alabama in terms of the deep south on the lower end of the rack and stack of the deep south? Yes. It's not on the bottom because that distinction belongs to Mississippi, but it's pretty close. It's like number two from the bottom. Oh man, they car battery done died. Got the tow truck. They towing that thing. They pushing it down. I know that's right, y'all. um, but anyway, Walmart, man, do better. Do better. It's crazy. Like, this should not be allowed to be. But the reason why, and don't forget, Montgomery is the site of, the Montgomery bus boycotts. Um, Here though, he like a rhinestone cowboy. Here, it's not a lot of options. The grocery stores that you have here, you got Renfro's, you got Winn-Dixie, you got Publix, and then you have Walmart grocery. And Renfro's don't carry a lot of stuff, and then it's a little pricey. Publix is very pricey. And Winn-Dixie, I just don't shop there because of that D word in the name. I don't do that. Whenever I see that, it's just a whole thing that I ain't really trying to get into right now. So much so that when I got my Alabama license plate, I noticed that every single license plate, no matter what style you get, it has a red heart that says Heart of Dixie on it. I'm gonna show y'all something. I'll show you how I don't put it. But I took a Sharpie. I took a Sharpie. Y'all maybe didn't hear me. Because I forgot I was on Bluetooth. But that's good. Um, we we don't play that. Like that Dixie and celebrating our heritage and all of that other stuff. Don't tread on me. I don't like that stuff. All of those white supremacy symbols, I ain't with it. And so, as I just noticed, I need to resharpie it because it's getting a little like you can see it a little bit. I mean, you can see the black on it, but it's getting so that you can read Heart of Dixie on there. Now, what does Heart of Dixie mean? Well, this was the seat of the Confederacy. That's what that means. This, like, there was the Confederate White House in Alabama. Um, but yeah, man, the South got a lot going on. Alabama got a lot going on. Walmart got a lot going on. Hopefully, we can get a situation. It's not really going to impact me because I'm about to leave Alabama. And so, God bless sweet home Alabama. But yeah, man, do better. Do better. That's insane. Like, not one shopping cart is fully functional. Not one. Why is that? That's dumb to me. Fix that. And Walmart, I know Walmart doesn't care. Walmart just comes in the neighborhoods and they outcompete everything. And now Walmart prices. The other day I just got um a brand name that was cheaper than Walmart's uh great value brand. So like they're raising their prices. They've outpriced and outcompete the competition, drove them out of business, and now they're like, haha, we got them guys. Congratulations, let's raise these prices. And hopefully we can get, I don't know. I don't know. We got to get some type of organization, some type of voice that just kind of like maybe Jamal Bryant can come down to Alabama and let them know, because he focused on Target right now, but I'm pretty sure Walmart got rid of their DEI as well. So maybe after we get finished kicking Target tail, maybe we can come and hit Walmart next. That's gonna be a tall order because it's not really a whole lot of places. They got a ton of black farmers. It seems like people that's growing something. So maybe you could put that together. I don't know. But anyway, that's all for this afternoon because I need to get this water home and I need to finish getting my house ready to either rent or sell. So we'll see. Y'all have a blessed one.